Fury fight, Tommy Fury versus Jake Paul, the fight that went down. Not too sure if we could play some of the clips, but let's see if we could. We could probably play some highlights, right? You think they'll block it if I play it? I hope not, right? Let's see. So hopefully YouTube don't disconnect. Here we go. YouTube, if you disconnect, just wait a minute and refresh, and I'll be back on.
Finally, they collide. We are underway.
So if I grab you a couple of times, all that high energy that you came to the ring with, you don't have a chance to use it. You settle down.
Jake Paul using his...
All right, yeah, I'm going to mute it just because. All right, cool. Yo, by the way, I was watching this live. This is in Saudi Arabia. One thing I noticed, and y'all tell me if I'm assessing this fight right. I think I'm usually a decent, viewer of boxing matches. Jake can't box like this dude. This dude boxes better than Jake. Definitely a fact. However, Jake got more power than him, and Jake tried for the entire fight to take him out with that one power shot he has that knocked out who did it knock out? It knocked out Ben Askren. It knocked out what's the dude's name? Tyron Woodley, Nate Robinson, and he was trying to hit it. But I'm gonna be honest with you, this dude, his movement was better than any other person that Jake Paul fought. Another thing I noticed too, Jake Paul, I'm not necessarily calling him flat-footed, but the fighters he fought have been generally flat-footed, including Tyron Woodley, in terms of, like, Tyron Woodley just literally just stood there and just took the punch. You get what I mean? Every time he tried to go for that haymaker, and he throws it like this. He throws it almost like this. And I'm not a boxing coach, but y'all tell me what y'all think. Jake had his head down every time he threw it. So he had his head down, and he threw it, but he missed every time. Now, he connected with a couple of hooks, and his jab knocked him down once. But I got to be honest, man. If Jake takes anything from this, and by the way, let me just play a little bit more, and I'll give you my overall take. He got to get his boxing better. He can't rely on these power shots, because while he might have power, if the power isn't finishing the job, like it's like Mike Tyson. Like, for some people, if Mike didn't knock you out in the first round or second round, or let's say by round 3, shit, Mike sometimes had longer fights where, like, he had to try to, box it out with niggas, but, usually he's trying to apply damage. He's not trying to, like, just technically box it out with you. Here we go, though. I'm gonna give Jake Paul some credit too, and I'm sorry I'm pausing it. I'm trying to make sure you two don't go down there like that. I'll give Jake Paul some credit. Jake Paul could take a fucking punch. By the way, we saw him. He got hit really good by Tyron Woodley one time, and he did wobble a second, but he didn't fall. And he got hit a couple times good by this dude, Tommy Fury, and maybe he was just throwing paperweights, but Jake took him. And I feel like I'm about to give my overall synopsis, so let me just get into it now a little bit. I think this is a win for Jake. What Jake couldn't do is Jake couldn't got floored and knocked out. If he had gotten floored and knocked out, I think the jig is up. The jig ain't up yet. Actually, this is exactly what should happen, except it would have been slightly better if Jake won, but it was super duper controversial. One of them ones where, like, a fighter wins, but everybody thought he lost? If that was the case, that would be great. You know what I mean? Kind of like how it was after the first Tyson, Tyron Woodley fight. That would have been probably the best outcome, but this is even better. Well, not just as good. It's almost just as good. The reason why is I would pay to see these guys fight again, right? Number 2, we can't say, Jake Paul is ducking people. Bro, he's actually trying to fight some people, at least within his level. He didn't have to fight this guy. If you had asked me, I would have waited maybe 6 more months trying to fight somebody like Conor McGregor or somebody like that, more than getting the ring with this guy who's coming from a lineage of boxers. You get what I mean? So I give Jake a lot of credit for that. It was a split decision. Clearly he has some work to do, but I don't think nobody would be like, oh, yeah, Jake is finally up, we'll never watch it again. Did you think he's going to be Floyd? Like, there's only one undefeated guy, at least, that we care about, and it's Floyd. So he lost. We really want to see how he's gonna bounce back in a way. So like, I really don't think this hurts him as much. And here he always has this built-in excuse where, yo, he is a YouTuber, right? Like it actually looks a little bit more. I think Tommy Fury's dad even said he lost money. No. Tyson Fury said he lost money on the fight because he bet that Tommy Fury was gonna knock Jake Paul out. Jake Paul didn't get knocked out. So I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought it was a decent fight, but definitely Tommy Fury outboxed him, and outclassed him overall. Yeah. I kid you not. Just look. Jake relies on this right hand. He tries to set it up with the left so much. He needs that shit to connect to knock a dude out. But he's not really technically trying to outbox somebody. He's trying to knock somebody out. Look.
We are nearing the end.
You see? He does it again. Bam. This is his knockout punch. He's knocked out many people with it. Here's the thing. This is what Tommy Fury did well. And this is why you could tell, like, this is a boxer, right? Not saying he's the best boxer, but this is a boxer who probably did proper camp. Who knows if Tyron Woodley's doing a proper camp? He's probably never been in a proper boxing camp before he had to fight Jake. Definitely not Nate Robinson. And Ben Askren looked like he's a showed up for the check. So you've never, and obviously, what's the other dude, the Spanish dude who was like Ortiz, what his name is? Whatever his name is. The MMA dude. But they're not doing proper camps. You could tell, and this is what I could tell, Tommy Fury studied Jake Paul, knew how he sets up that right, and knew every time he was setting it up to keep distance, and also he, height-wise, he compared to all the other opponents, Tommy had the reach over them, so like he could stay further away. You get what I mean? Like a dude like Nate Robinson, he's too short, so he got to be within that range. So you could tell he studied this in camp, and every time Jake start winding it up, he backed up out of range. Look.
We are nearing the
Look,
end.
see? Or he try to block that bitch.
Overhand right
There we
now.
go.
As Fury
And one thing also I realized about these haymakers, because the more I watch Jake Paul, I realize he fights like Rocky. Like he's just throwing haymakers, right? In the sense that after he misses that punch, he probably exerted so much energy to throw the punch. He takes a second to kind of regenerate because he never has no other follow-up punches. So after that misses, you could punch him a few times and he'll try to defend himself, but he never follows up with more punches. Look. So he misses here, bang, and then after, he's not even throwing a jab to, like, remember, your head was just down, you missed the punch, right? You missed the whole punch. Now the dude is pushing up on you, at least throw a jab to like back him up. Jake don't do nothing. Jake just take it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The first 2 rounds, Tommy was punch and move. Now he's punching and he's standing still, and that's a problem. Yeah. I don't think the record really means much.
See, yo, he keeps doing that one punch. And that one punch worked before, because I'm now starting to think, and obviously I'm not going to accuse him of being on steroids or something like that, but I can imagine that Jake Paul's doing a lot of weight training. I think Jake Paul, he's been smart in picking his opponents for a number of reasons. He knows who he has more power than, who he's quicker than, and he wanted to make sure in every situation, whoever he's fighting, they were never going to have enough power compared to him, because he's really just doing this one thing constantly.
The record really means.
See, he tries it there. The dude takes the punch, though. Did he take it clean? Let me see. Probably took it clean.
I don't think the record really means.
Yeah, it doesn't hit him all the way clean. Kind of hit him over here. You got to hit that on the jaw and the temple, and that's night-night.
It matters what you do against those guys. Looked over at them. It didn't seem to shake them. No one seemed to acknowledge what.
Yeah, Tommy Fury was letting them hands go.
What Logan Paul said. How Jake to get close to you.
As Jake Paul went forward, he ate a couple right hands.
I really wouldn't say Jake is frustrated.
Overall, though, and this is why I think this is a good rematch, I know they're saying Tommy Fury is a professional boxer, but he didn't look way better than Jake. Yes, he has some better techniques at throwing punches and guarding himself and following up with some combos better than Jake, but he's not like, yo, why is he in the ring with Jake? Or why Jake in the ring with him? Like, this was actually a little bit sloppy. So even though this guy's a professional, if I'm Jake, I would take this. I would rematch him. You got to win the rematch. And I'm going back to an influencer. And I got to bait KSI. I got to get KSI to not. So if I'm Jake Paul, I try to fix all these problems. I got to beat this guy, let's say 6 months. It's going to be crazy pay-per-view, right? Because it's a rematch, but you got to win. You got to win. Or maybe a controversial, if it's a controversial loss, we'll watch a third one of this. Like, again, you got to remember, these aren't really great boxers. These are about storylines and promotion. And I think Jake Paul is the best marketing boxer right now. Like Floyd's a promoter, even though he still boxes on an exhibition level. But people are gonna watch this Jake Paul shit, and I would watch this fight again.
It's a good combination right there from Jake.
Yo, he gotta fix this in camp, bro. Like if your only thing is a haymaker, like, bro, you got him on the ropes, give him some fucking body shots or some shit. You can't go for the knockout every time. Look, like, you got him there, bro. Like, yo, like hit that nigga in the fucking ribs or something like that. Like, shit, try to break his, try to break his stance, like something like the sternum or something like that. All he does, Jake Paul head is already down, and look, right here, once you see Jake Paul heads down, all you gotta do is lean back and put this shit right there. Yeah, he's gonna miss. Look, bang. I mean, he hits you, but he's hitting you in your back. It's not going to work unless he hits you in the right place.
Fury. There's a right hand that hit the back of the head. Hector Afu going to call time.
To be busy. When you're in the ring with someone who doesn't have experience, you throw a whole lot at them. It's 50-50. Both of these guys are trying to set things up and land the big shot. I don't disagree with what you're saying.
He hit him there, but he took it. Yo, where's this Tommy Fury dude from? Because that whole family look like they look like, you know how like Samoan dudes usually like extra big paws? Like the Fury family line look like they might have been getting steroids from their birth, bro.
I don't disagree with what you're saying.
Somebody said this ain't no good rematch. Of course it's a good rematch. This is celebrity boxing, basically. This is the heights of celebrity boxing. Like, you know, this isn't, first of all, I'm going to tell you another reason, you know, I'm answering somebody in the chat. I'm going to tell you another reason why this makes a great rematch. Tommy Fury ain't that good. So, why would he go back to fighting? You know who he has to fight to keep getting these wins? If it ain't Jake Paul? Scrubs, because he's not at that level to fight actual competition yet. So, usually you're trying to level up with fights. He's been fighting a bunch of mechanics, mailmen, plumbers, right? Now he fights Jake, which, not saying Jake is amazing, but him fighting Jake, he's gotten the most money he's ever gotten, but people are looking at it like, all right, cool, you need to get better as well. He can't fight better competition. He'll lose. He'll lose.
But we need to see a separation, and that's what we may be seeing now. We need to see a separation between these guys.
There we go.
Paul.
There we go. Whoa, okay. Yeah, that boy could take both of them could take a punch. But that Fury dude could take a punch, man.
That's it. That wobble Tommy Fury.
See, that's where Jake is lacking. Anytime he has to counter punch with a combo, that always looks sloppy and weak. You feel me? And I think it's because he practices so much jab overclock, or whatever you call that junk. But if he has some good follow-up combos, I think he'd do a lot better, man. And by the way, if you don't understand by now, I fuck with Jake and I root for him. You know what I mean? Again, I think without him, KSI and them niggas ain't boxing. Like, bro, like, I got to give this guy credit. Like, this guy is the reason why everybody or most influencers are trying to hop in the ring. And he's to me, somewhat of a pioneer in how far he's going with it. And I think he's bringing back to boxing in a sense. I won't say the whole boxing, but he's bringing some entertainment, bro. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm watching some of these dudes boxing. I'm like, you could box like hell, but you're fucking boring, bro.
Left hook connecting for Jake Paul. There's an uppercut by Tommy Fury.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Of this 6th round, Tommy Fury, a point deduction.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jake don't got hands like that, bro. Yo, look, Jake only throws power hits, bro. Bro, no jabs, no combos, no body shots. He don't even have like that Mr. Get him off me jab, really.
Jake Paul seemed to come out with a little bit more energy this round. I think he understands the urgency of trying to move forward on this card. Left eye. That's that overhand.
There was a knockdown. I think this is a knockdown right here. Let me see.
Right, landing over and over.
Accurate score. I don't think Jake got robbed. I think Jake got stuff to work on. But I do believe that he could come back. The knockdown was in the 8th? Really?
Towards the final bell. But back comes Tommy Fury. Oh, and Tommy Fury were meant for each other. We go towards the final bell.
I'm trying to see the knockdown. Let me just Google it. Tommy Fury, Jake Paul, knockdown. I don't know if they scored it as a knockdown.
So the well-awaited jab.
Right. Really look to see if your knee touched the canvas for them to rule it as a knockdown, but the nigga got knocked back. And of course, everybody's going to say it's a slip. He got knocked back, so he didn't get a chance to have his knee on nothing. Congratulations to both of them. Somebody said it was a slip down. No, he ain't slipped, man. He got knocked down, bro. Hey, by the way, let me address this too. Did y'all see like this whole thing about the script? Let me go to Twitter real quick. I'm gonna expose the script. All right, all you tinfoil hat motherfuckers, I'm gonna expose the script. Here we go. Jake Paul script. Here we go. So apparently something kind of leaked yesterday or whenever it happened. They said, yo, this was the script for the fight, right? Supposedly, this was the script. It says, yo, first of all, you should know this. They're trolling. Mr. Steal Your Girl by Trey Songz. Like, come on, bro. Okay. Outfit Baby trolling Tommy. Like people really believe this shit, but okay, fine. Fighters start off cautiously circling each other, throwing jabs. Jake Paul lands solid left hook, but Tommy Fury responds with a quick right hand. Tommy Fury takes control of the fight, landing several combinations on Jake Paul. Paul seems to be struggling to find his rhythm. The crowd start getting restless. Jake Paul rallies, throwing jabs and hooks and catches Fury off guard. Fury starts to backpedal, trying to avoid his punches. Fury seems to be having trouble with his left thigh, which is starting to swell shut. Paul takes advantage of Fury's vulnerability, landing, blah, blah, blah. Fury's eyes now almost closed, and the ringside doctor is calling to take a look. The doctor determines that Fury could continue, but warns him that he may have to stop the fight if his vision deteriorates any further. Paul smells blood, starts to attack. Fury's having trouble seeing his punches, and Fury's corner is now trying to get worried as their fight is clearing trouble. They urge him to keep moving and avoid getting hit. But Paul is relentless. In the final round, Paul lands a huge right hand, and Fury crashes to the canvas. He tries to get up, but he stumbles and falls back down. The referee starts to count, but Fury stays on the ground, clutching his eye, blah, blah, blah. Okay. After fight key moments, Jake Paul and Tommy Fury argue with each other. Jake Paul calls out KSI. Fury asks for a rematch. Jake Paul grants this. If it's in LA, Tommy agrees. Fight 2 set up. Yo, I know some of y'all like tinfoil, like stupid motherfuckers actually believe this. Let me tell you, since y'all into conspiracy theories, let me tell you the real conspiracy theory behind this. You do know the people who do this, right, are the odds makers who want to load one side of the odds. So all y'all dudes was betting on Jake. They want to bet on Tommy Fury, but they want their odds to increase. So if they bet $10, they want to win 1,000. I'm just making this up with those odds. But if I'm an odds maker and I see everybody betting on one guy, and or maybe it's 50-50, but I want to bet on this guy, I'm going to write a fake script and leak it online that everybody now believes that Jake is going to win. You know how many people probably bet on Jake after this? The line probably went crazy. If you bet on Tommy Fury right before this match started, you probably had great odds because everybody believed this dumb stuff, right? And everybody probably said, oh, they're telling us Jake's going to win. Let's bet on Jake. If I'm in Vegas or I'm an odds maker for any type of gambling or betting site, I would definitely make a fake script for y'all motherfuckers. Of course. Somebody said, I bet on nobody. That's how smart I am. Well, good job. Somebody said, yo, the paper says there's going to be trolling. That's how I know it was fake. Like, come on, bro. Somebody said, check Twitter. Pete Davidson and Ice Spice are dating. Yeah, all right. Pete Davidson must want to get turned into a pack by Lil TJ. I think Ice Spice and Lil TJ are dating. Right? Lil TJ, Ice Spice.